So there's a nostalgia in this energy that's coming through. I was hearing specifically missing your energy, missing your presence. So want to come back, I want you back, right? So that's very specific. There's also something about someone having been through some kind of shock revelation or something. But they do certainly, there's just behind someone's eyes, there's so much emotion, is what I'm getting. So let's just find out some more and see. Yeah, behind their eyes. Yeah, you've got the High Priestess here. So there's a lot unspoken. There's a lot unspoken, okay? 3 of Swords. Hurt. The Fool and 6 of Pentacles, yeah. It's time to move on. Time to bring balance back to the heart space. It's time to move on, truly. And the 2 of Pentacles, there's been way too much imbalance. It just feels like there was something, I think there was something so imbalanced in someone's heart that they could never just understand how to move on, if that makes sense. You know, they're always looking back at this, and they're also, I've heard also thinking and looking back at what they left in heartbreak as well. I'm not sure if they realised that's what this was, the pain that they caused. I don't know if they realised. 8 of Wands, forward movement. That's a shock revelation, the Tower. Someone's demons have come back to, I've heard, haunt them or something. They've had to go through something seriously, like a serious awakening. It's like every time they tried to move on, like they never could, because there was just this thing in the back they hadn't addressed that they were just keeping hidden, right? Inside them. Yeah. So let's just see. The Chariot, forward movement, moving on, finally. Page of Pentacles with the 3 of Swords as well. Yeah, I think every time somebody tried to gather strength, they did so bit by bit, small by small, but it's kind of like building blocks is what I'm hearing. Okay, 3 of Wands with the Fool, so they're definitely looking on the horizon, ready to take that leap. Do you know what I mean? Even if they can't see what's ahead, which is a big change for this energy. It feels like that's one of the things that have stopped them before. This fear of what could be ahead. But again, they were just creating illusion. Now they're moving out, drawing themselves out of this illusion, kind of this timeline of illusion and fear. And they're understanding the Hanged Man. Wherever this is, it's been a while. But again, this has been internal balance happening. But they're also over this time really seeing the abundant of like the fruits of what they once had or could have had. Right? And they're ready now. The longer it's been, the more they want it. Death card. There had to be a death. There had to be this transformation, this transition that took place. I think it was something that was really needed for the soul. Because otherwise there was just going to be this continuation of this imbalance inside, right? Knight of Swords. Oh my God, these are already like, oh, there's too many cards. Well, I'm going to take them out. These are many cards of forward movement, okay? 4 of Pentacles. Judgment. And the 2 of Cups. So that's like confirmation that someone's finally, they're awakening to wherever they've been stuck on. 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay. So I think that it is what they want to move towards is what they have been so heartbroken on, and they were stuck in it. And I don't think that they were, I think that many times they've wanted to handle this situation, come back to it, and move forward, but they've held back for different reasons. Partly because they've not seen their own worth to be able to come to the table and really bring what they want to bring, their best, if you will. They've been going through, again, death, transformations. They've had a lot of awakenings in their own kind of life. So for other reasons, maybe it's kind of business, I've heard, family, friendships, and also something to do with potential romantic interest in their life as well. They've had to deal with some things. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Pentacles here as well. So, and the 4 of Wands. So this desire for union. Okay, so let's just find out. Yeah, someone's ready. Look, 5 Pentacles and 8 of Swords. Whatever they chose in the past, whatever they moved towards, just let them stuck in whatever was happening already in here. It wasn't healing them whatsoever, and it kind of left them feeling even less than, kind of abandoned, some kind of rejection, just something where they just did not feel worthy. Like we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, or you know, they were feeling so half of themselves, if you will, really not abundant at all, this energy, whatever they went towards, okay? What they did take the leap of faith towards in the past, but again, it was from a more of a wounded space, that Three of Swords space. Now the healing, the clearing through this kind of mental exhaustion, anxiety, gathering strength here to hold firm in their boundaries as they move forward. Okay, let's find out some more. Knight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. So justice and the Six of Cups, some kind of justice they want to bring towards whatever this energy is, and that the past landed right on the Ten of Pentacles, the Empress. This is who they are. Either this is who they left. This is somebody, the Empress is the one who was left feeling abandoned, isolated, I've heard specifically. So really kind of just discarded is what I've got. Like that's the energy. Not nice at all. But then they were the ones left stuck in, they couldn't get this off their mind, right? They tried. This is about this Queen of Swords specifically, yeah. They went back to something that was just a karmic energy, and was just, they were lingering energy that they just didn't have the strength to, okay, it's an energy that was, with the Nine of Wands, I feel like it's energy that kind of fed their wounds, if you will. So they might have felt like this was somebody who was there for them in the dark, but they also was somebody who didn't, who just allowed them to keep circling in this kind of energy. So instead of moving forward, they were kind of just trapped in an illusionary state or something, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. Oh, I didn't know this many cards came out. And the Ace of Wands, and then the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. They want this Queen of Cups. The Lovers as well. Yeah, they've kind of made this decision in their mind, and they're understanding where in the past, Six of Cups, they went wrong. Justice again, that just wants to keep coming out. Justice, Ace of Pentacles. My goodness. Yeah, no, this is somebody who wants, who's ready to bring justice to whatever this situation was, because I'm not saying it doesn't take two people, but this is definitely somebody who hasn't righted any of their wrongs, if you will. Okay, whether there's been, I feel really emotional, so I think that they've been having to process so much. It's been exhausting for them. It's like this heavy weight, if you will, but at the same time, they're understanding that their part in that, right? Their accountability. I will also say this. It feels like there's a feminine energy here, and she requires kind of this, in order for her to really trust this energy and to really kind of surrender to it, if you will. You know, I think she needs to surrender to the process, like the divine unfold of it, you know, no blame, no shame, right? To clear through anything like that comes through. But she also does require somebody to come through in a way where their heart isn't stumbling, I'm hearing, isn't making her feel like she's juggling. She's being juggled, which is clearly how she felt in the past. Because I think that she has a lot of love to give, and she's not going to just give it easy. Like, don't get me wrong, when you have unconditional love, you have unconditional love for all. But if you're letting somebody into your kind of existence, your life, your energy field, even more so, there's this energy of kind of being really mindful of that, you know? Because boundaries. But literally came spinning out, reconciliation. This is a feminine energy, however, who's ready to move forward too, ready for this to take this leap of faith. But she needs to know that it truly was worth waiting for. Divine timing is massively at play for this, whatever this is. There's been so many... I've heard something about chance encounters, so maybe this was a chance encounter, but also during like this time, this Hanged Man energy, where there's just been a pause, I think that there's been a lot of learning that's had to take place, and it had to take place with external energies. You know, it's kind of like a catalyst. It's like you are a catalyst to each other's growth, to each other's change, in a way, right after reconciliation. So you need to make a decision on what it is that you want. Be very clear on your boundaries, but also be mindful that you're not getting really, you know, so precious that you're just up here and someone else is below you. It's not like that, you know. You come together as equals. Understanding that you both have a part to play in whatever situation this is moving forwards. Recognizing, you know, reconciliation is to reconcile. I think, reconcile. So it's kind of like this energy of both parties wanting the best for the situation, but also understanding that you are both individuals. So you both have your own kind of way of doing things, way of feeling, way of seeing, yeah? Holding faith in that, holding this kind of space for that as well, yeah? So you can both truly stay in your heart space as you kind of enter this new energy. Understanding, of course, that boundaries will be present because of what's happened in the past separation. Whatever happened there to cause this separation, I feel like it's that tower, you know. Trust. These are beautiful cards. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and I think that you have had faith. I truly do. There's been times when it's lingered. There's been times when it's faltered. I don't know what's going on. Faltered, right? But this is going to require both parties working together to ensure this alignment comes through. Yeah. Just as you've been working so hard on yourself. Okay. Love yourself first. You do not lose yourself in this. That's not what's going to happen. You need to understand that your self-respect, makes you more likely to attract the right energies. Not always, okay, because there's some people who prey on the light, but that's another topic, okay? But it also is really attractive because when you see somebody has such, holding themselves such like respect, integrity, it's so attractive, right? It's like you know that they have kind of values and they have morals, and you're ready to enter that kind of more of that playful energy with them because you can trust them more. Does that make sense? You trust them with their own energy, regardless of whether you're there or not, right? That even they have such self-respect, so you can trust them, right? Finances and career. Financial issues are affecting your life right now. So maybe there's this need to focus on, or maybe somebody, both of you might be focusing on finances. I do feel like this could be, with the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, I do feel like this could be a masculine energy who's focusing on their finances right now as well. Could be both though, you know. I just feel like someone's trying to, I've heard they're really trying to create, I've heard it creating an empire here, truly. They really are. They're gathering all they can right now to, they want to bring their best, especially because of whatever happened in the past. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, okay? Be mindful of who and what returns into your life, okay? Because sometimes you'll get the test before the real thing, yeah? You're nervous, you know, people are worth waiting for. Again, this is confirmation that whoever this is, there's been a real wait for this. It's not just been like this, you know, this constant in and out, you know, it's only been a little while. This has been a wait, truly. Hanged Man, separation was showing before and now worth waiting for again. It's been a while, whatever this is, okay? Sometimes there's a feeling that you have that you can't be explained, and that's that calm energy. Wedding. This is something that was coming through before, actually. This energy of kind of, I didn't say, but I don't know, maybe someone's at a wedding or they've heard about someone getting married, or maybe they're just thinking about weddings themselves, wanting to get married. You already met the romantic partner you seek. Yeah, okay. It's time to, I think that the more you step into your self-worth as well, especially with this Empress, coming from the 4 to the 5 of Pentacles, now the Empress, like that's not easy. Whatever this Empress has been doing to really step into her worth and get into that position where she knows she's worthy of receiving, despite this rejection, this abandonment she's received before, despite feeling the one who's, been, I've heard hard done by, but also the only one who cares is what's coming through. So despite feeling like that and really wanting to make the effort and not having that reciprocated, going from that all the way to the Empress, that takes work. That takes so much inner work. This is not an energy to with, is what's coming through. Okay. Truly, passion. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So important. It's that divine orchestration, that divine unfold, right? I think that for too long there might have been both of you trying to pull on puppet strings, as in like wanting to control this so much that it went a certain way, and that's just your trauma, trying to avoid going through more trauma. But in fact, you just need to address the trauma within you and recognize that you are safe within yourself, right? You can trust your choices. You can recognize how to put up boundaries. You can distance yourself when someone disrespects you or, breaks your trust or whatever it is, and learn how you want to work on that if that's possible. New love. Basically this is like this new cycle in love, okay? So that was confirmation that this is a person that you already know. But it's going to be the new love within that energy, okay? So whatever's coming through here, a lot of this energy recently. So it's a really beautiful time for like finding that union. But before getting so excited about union, it's really about finding your inner alignment, because you don't want to just like lose yourself so much that you allow like same cycles of the past that we saw here continue again. You check yourself before that happens. You really have to be intentional when it comes to this kind of thing. You can't just run off the chemistry, the spark, okay? And though the chemistry is here, there's a strong magnetic attraction here, there truly is. But you've been calling this in. You really have. You've been seeing what it is that you desire. You've been praying. There's been prayers about this massively. And those prayers have been heard. Which is exactly why you've had to face so many lessons yourself and really learn through these lessons, okay? A fiery climax approaches. A personal issue reaches resolution. A win-win outcome is forecast, okay? So the eclipse season that we had before we have this, we're now in the Pisces Virgo axes, right? But previously just gone was the Aries Libra, and that's something about that's been really significant with some kind of personal issue that was being played out. So over the last couple of years, okay, adjustments were being made with whatever that is, and that is finally finding a resolution is what's coming through, and a win-win outcome is forecast, okay? Also, I feel like a win-win outcome with whatever this beautiful new kind of cycle is. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's an important message, because that, again, surrender to the divine. There's something about that where you need to not try to control it so much, is what's coming through. But also not give up, not lose faith. Remember, that trust is sticking out, that holding on to faith. Yeah, it's kind of prosperity lies ahead. Okay, so bring love into the situation. So whatever happened, you're going to need to... This is another test of unconditional love. This is what I always say, it's kind of the unconditional love, the test of unconditional love isn't just to do with each other, it's to do with everyone around you. Yeah, so maybe you two brought this out in each other, like the biggest lesson, but how much are you showing that unconditional love outside of you? Yeah, that doesn't mean love yourself any less. It means strong boundaries, understanding that everyone's on their journeys, right? And releasing what needs to be released. Okay. And I think that's another reason why nothing is yet set in stone, because this conversation needs to come through. The communication is key. Whatever resolution is happening here, that needs to take place, but the communication needs to come through as well, so you can both really see what kind of page you're on, right? Show the world the real you. Authenticity is so important in this, especially when you're communicating. You're going to need to be vulnerable. You need to decide what it is that needs to be released together as well. Confirm, what you have been going through during this time. Be bold and make the first move. There is this bold energy that someone wants to come through with. I can't help but feel this constant energy of fear that there's someone or something else involved. So maybe that's what happened in the past. because I can just feel it heavy throughout all of this. And it's just, I think maybe this is why someone's needed to step out of their comfort zone, to trust this situation and to show up in their truth. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah, very important. This is, at the end of the day, regardless of faces, names, etc., there's a reason that you're wanting what you want, right? Regardless of materialism or anything that it brings you externally, it's about what's happening inside your heart, what your soul is leading you towards, what's evolving you, right? That's what makes all of the difference. Work through your fears. Yeah, I think that's what's coming through, that energy of just this fear of what are you going to be brought into this time kind of thing, or, that it's just going to, this being left in hanged man mode again is going to happen, But this is where you have to be intentional about clearing through this now. There's this energy of this divine feminine energy in this reading right now, needing to receive and having trust and faith in that receiving. And that's so not easy sometimes, especially when you've had to really have your guards up so much in the past, when you've had to really be the one looking after you, right? Getting to know each other. This is what's going to happen. You get to know each other again, revealing your innermost selves to each other. Your bond deepens. And that's what you're going to need to do, past life relationship. It's going to be a time to get to know each other again. So it's not about going 0 to 100. It's about really trusting the process, the divine unfold. There might be a kind of this energy of friendships. Maybe you're going to, I've heard, gather new friendships together. Or maybe you have friends that can really help you with this situation now or something. But also be mindful of who you are talking to, because not everybody wants, I'm getting this energy, not everyone approves or they will want to support this. Maybe I don't know, jealousy or something, I don't know. But there could be this energy of needing to involve the right people, if you will. So maybe it's kind of professional support or something. Let go of fear now. So maybe that's what it is. If you're feeling scared, or just this fear's coming over you because you have to go back to something that you up or whatever, it's kind of knowing how to release that faith and decide to be happy now and not be so caught up on this external energy. It could also be starting off as friends first, is what I've just heard, which is interesting. Or at least, even if you don't want to use that label, just that energy of kind of recreating trust and safety in your bond. That's what it feels like to me. Positive thoughts create positive results. And I think that you can both bring that positive energy together with each other into this now, moving forwards. As you do that, right? So you got to create that bond first again. Actually, that's really beautiful. So really connect on a soul-to-soul level is what I'm hearing here as well, okay? Focus on divine and perfect health. That's been coming out a lot recently. So this could be somebody really, truly going through something to do with their health, detached from the situation. Yeah, something could be really putting them down into this energy where they're just feeling poorly. They need to really keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Again, being intentional. They need to be mindful. Yeah, look after you. Honor and trust your feelings. If there is some kind of external situation taking place right now, that's what you're being guided to detach from. If it's kind of affecting your health, your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. I've also heard something about this other past energy that I've mentioned that was coming through before. Kind of planting seeds in someone's mind of doubt, of this fear energy, and that's what they need to release and let go of, because especially if it's kind of getting them doubting their feelings, which is being guided to honor and trust, eternal love at the bottom of the deck. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Yeah, so it's kind of releasing the external kind of energies that are remnants, whether they realize their voices or not, but that's been so, again, eternal love, my gosh, that's had such a strong impression on them. That wanted to come out a lot in my reading just gone as well. So you created this situation, you have the power to change. It's in your hands, you literally created this. Forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong, okay? The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Love that. Innocence. That's just confirmation that you can trust this situation, you can trust each other. It's just going to be about finding that that trust, like in the physical with each other, you know, proving that to yourselves, to each other. Again, self-respect. When you can see that someone's like operating in such integrity and self-respect, it makes it even more easier for you to trust them too, you know, in a solid connection. Okay, the High Priestess was the first card. Okay, so there's a lot yet to be revealed, and the keys are slowly being offered to you, and they're going to be handed, okay, bit by bit. And it's going to be with this Ace of Wands, it's really this passionate energy, this new beginning truly is coming, this opportunity. Okay, there's this energy of a very strong divine feminine energy in this whole reading, truly. Also for her to not to be open to this communication. I think that she might be quite guarded, right? So to be open, but also to not be led by impulse, by this reactive nature that she might have, because she sees something as a sudden threat or sudden danger. It's not that. That's your trauma. Yeah, it's like alarms of like past heartbreaks. You need to step back and really, that let go of fear now card, right? Release, take the time that you need to do this. There's going to be, again, that need to bring love into the situation. You know, it said that nothing is yet set in stone. It's all going to depend on how you both respond to this. But this, I feel like this message is massively for the divine feminine energy here, to be mindful of her deciding to be happy now as well, right? Her staying positive now as well. Trusting that inner guidance, very intuitive energy, truly, and to not be kind of led by the past, right? So it's kind of like whatever is clearing through now is clearing through the way it needs to, and just to be her true self and trust that she has got it within her to call in the kind of abundance that she desires. Yeah, because something is happening very soon, and it's going to require you to be aligned, okay, and practice what you need to just stay there. Okay, let me know if this reading was for you. Sending so much love.